Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, August 30th. Can you believe August is almost over? We're rolling into September. Hopefully we're rolling into some fall weather. Hi Debbie, she's with us. All right, I'm gonna try to get up the video here so that I can watch for any comments. All right. How is the weather in North Carolina, Debbie? Okay, we have a live going here. Let's click here. There's our comments. Annie's with us. Hi, Annie. Thanks for joining. Roseanne is watching. Everybody say hi so that I know who's joining us. Helen, hi. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. We had hot and sticky. That's what we had here too. Today was a little bit cooler, or at least the humidity was a little bit cooler. I am definitely ready for some fall weather. I don't know about anybody else, but I can't wait. The fall colors, all of it. This past weekend, we had a demonstrator event called Backstage with Stampin' Up! So we got to learn some new things and get inspired a little bit, some inspirational speakers. So ready to go and really get our holiday off to a good start. Reminder that celebration is still going on. We have another month of it yet. So tonight I'm going to share another celebration item with you and a couple of fun, I don't know about you, but October I have a bunch of birthdays. So I'm sharing a couple of little things I made with and I forgot to look up the name of it. All right, hang on just a second. I brought the paper over to share with you, but I forgot to look up the name of it. It's the hand-penned, beautifully penned 12 by 12 designer paper. That's what we're going to use tonight, along with Little Delights stamp set. Okay, so I'm going to switch you down, and then we will go through a couple of things. So close your eyes for a minute. Okay, we're going to get you down here so that I can get it tipped down. All right, close your eyes again. I'm coming back up. All right, up we go. Make you a little dizzy there. All right, there's this. We got some good shadows. I'm trying to get in a light to see if that helps at all. All right, let's scoot this up. Okay, I think we are good. You got the corner of my computer, but that way I can see what everybody's up to. Okay, Roseanne, Helen, Cheryl, Debbie. Okay, reminder again about Fall Fest Retreat, which is Saturday, October 16th from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's an all-day event. The cost is $100. If you can't make it in person, I am doing a retreat in a box, so I will mail you the same things that we're doing in person, and the cost is $115 to cover the postage. Okay, deadline is September 15th, so make sure that you get in on this so that you don't miss out on the fun. We're going to use some of the stamp sets and bundles out of the holiday catalog. Okay, so we are again using the beautifully penned designer paper. This is 12 by 12 paper, and it is double-sided. You get 4 sheets of each print. So look how pretty. This is one of the things we're focusing on tonight. So hi Robin, hi Emily. Okay, then here's another one. Black and white, gray and white, but you can also color to really make things pop. And then the back side are these fun little scallops. And then the other one are these beautiful leaves. And then we flip it over and we have polka dots on the other side of it. Okay, so that's what we're going to be playing with tonight. And then, like I said, we're also using the Little Delights stamp set. We're using the birthday wishes. I think that's the only thing we're using out of this one this time, but this is great. It does birthdays, it does Thanksgiving, it does Christmas, it does Halloween just a thank you, and then we've got some fun images to go along with. This stamp set is only $16 or $17, so it's a great deal. All right, let's see. I'm still getting a really bad shadow here. Okay, all right, so we're going to start with the birthday card. All right, so here we have some of the leaf designer paper. Then this is from this black and white polka dot with the flowers. And I just used my Stampin' Blends to color it in. Okay, so you've got lots and lots of flowers. I am using Calypso Coral, light and dark, and Old Olive, light and dark. Okay, so we're just going to, real quick, and I just wanted to share with you, some of you are way better at watercoloring than I am, or at coloring, getting all of the highlights, but Stampin' Blends are definitely my favorite way to color. It's fast, quick, and easy. I can get a little bit of highlights, and if you spend a little more time with it, you can get even more. I just like to do things really fast. Okay, so we're just going to go around on this whole flower. I'm using the light Cajun Craze right now. And I'm just coloring in. To me, these little center parts are the leaves. So then I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to come back in and I'm going to highlight some of those lines. I'm going to kind of outline the edges just to make it pop a little bit more. Okay. Kind of color around the center. But just by outlining those leaves a little bit, you can see it kind of makes it a little more three-dimensional looking. Excuse me. Okay, and then we're going to come in with our light Old Olive, of which I need a new Stampin' Blend because I don't know if you can see up close, but that thing is really getting worn out. There's still color there, but it's just all squish. Look at how it's coming to life just from that little bit of coloring. Now I'm using the dark Old Olive, and again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm coloring in kind of the vein lines with the darker, and then just doing a little bit of outlining. Hi, Nicole. Okay, and then I'm going to go back over again with the light, just to kind of blend it together. And then I take my paper snips and snip, 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 and ta-da! There I have my little flower all cut out. Okay? So this time I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do Old Olive as my card base. And then, so that's my 5.5 by 8.5. Score it at 4 1/4. Fold it in half. And then I have a piece of Cajun Craze on this one. And it is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. We are just going to adhere that. And I forgot to bring my silicone sheet over with me. We're going to stick that down onto our card base. Okay. And then we've got a piece of Old Olive that is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. We're just going to adhere that, and I need to move up a little bit. You guys can't see. Hi, Glenda. I finally got your package in the mail, Glenda, from last week's drawing. Oh, and I just realized I forgot to do a drawing this week. All right, so we're just going to stick that on there. And then I have 3 pieces of the kind of leafy looking designer paper. And those are all 1 5/8 by 3 3/8. We're just going to glue those or adhere those right into the center of the Old Olive. Just giving us a small border around it. And I am really out of screen here. Okay, and then we're going to go over onto the other side and stick that one down. And then, Robin thinks she won. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Uh-oh, what did I do? I cut that too big. That's not 1 5/8. It should be 1 1/2. You know me, I always have to go back and get something halfway through because I didn't do it right. All right, so we're going to put it in here. It should be 1 1/2 inches, not 1 5/8. Okay. So let's set that one down there. And then we're going to get this one back off from here. And we're going to trim this one down. Thanks, Cheryl. I think they're pretty fall colors too. I am definitely ready for all of my little warm colors here. Okay, and the final one we're going to trim down to 1 1/2 inches. Get it unstuck from my fingers. All right, let's get paper trimmer out of the way and put them down again. All right, so there's one. And, oops, I got that one crooked. Hi, Carol Rhodes. Thanks for joining. And there we go. Now it fits. It's a tight fit, but then you have just a real thin little area in between each one of them. Okay. Then I used the layering circles and I cut a scallop circle that is about 2 1/4 inches. And then a basic white piece that is about 1 7/8. Okay, we're going to adhere the basic white onto the Cajun Craze scallop. And then we're going to attach it to our card front. Oops, not yet, we're not. I fibbed. Okay, we're going to take my flower that I cut out earlier and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of my flower. I'm kind of keeping them towards the center of my flower because, okay, I'm just going to put that onto there. All right, now where did I put it? We are going to use the new gold holly leaves. Now I know these aren't really holly flowers, but look at how pretty. All right, let me get out 2 of the small ones. Look at how pretty those little things are. There's some nice gold shimmer to them. And then there is a bigger size. Let's see, I think there's just 2 different sizes. Let's see if it tells me on here how many. There's a total of 30. So I think there's 15 small ones and 15 large ones. So for right now, we're going to do the smaller ones. And we're going to use glue dots. All right, let's see where our little vein lines go. And so we're going to put a glue dot onto the back of it. And we're just going to tuck it. Hang on just a second. I got something going on in the middle of my screen here. There we go. We're just going to tuck that one up there. And then we're going to grab another one. And we're just going to tuck that one up under this side. So see how pretty that is? Just adds a little bit of sparkle to our card. Okay, now I have a piece of basic white that is 3 inches by 1 1/4 inch. I want to banner cut one end, so I'm using the tailored tag punch. And I'm just going to center it in there and punch. That gives me a real quick little banner end. So Robin, I didn't have to cut up the center and cut in each side. Okay, get that off my finger. All right, then we're going to pull in the Best Wishes stamp from, again, the Little Delights stamp set, and Memento ink. And we're just going to stamp it over here on the right-hand side. Okay, and then we're going to adhere it down onto our card front. This one is going flat. And we're just going to kind of center it top to bottom. Go over to the edge. And then we're going to take our backings off our dimensionals. And then we're just going to add our flower right there. Birthday wishes. Isn't that pretty? Nice little fall colors. We have one in Cajun Craze. We have one in Old Olive. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. And then, all right, before we do that, let me find this week's prize. And it is the Genial Gems. And the winner is Debbie Cox. So Debbie, send me your instant message or an email with your address, and I will get these popped in the mail to you tomorrow with a little thank you card. Okay, so thank you, thank you. You guys remember, share away, comment. Sharing is absolutely awesome because then more people will see and follow, and we'll have more fun on Facebook Lives. Okay, the next thing that we're going to, because you know we got a card, it's a birthday, so we need to have a little treat box. Okay. All right, and here's our little box. So it definitely will hold some good things. It is, let me double check, 1.5 inches wide, and up to this top fold is about 2.5 inches. And then we've got the designer paper on there. We colored another flower and cut it out. And then this time we are going to add some of the matte decorative dots just to be able to put a little bit of color on. You know what? I did it on this one too, but I forgot to do it on our newer one. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and get them out. Okay, we have some real red in different, they're ombre shades, so it kind of blends with lots of them. Little daffodil down into so saffron, Old Olive down into kind of pear pizzazz. And what would we say we've got here? It's almost a little bit of spruce, and then down into like a mint macaron or a soft succulent. Could even be evening evergreen down into soft succulent. We're going to work with the Old Olive, and so I've got my pick tool, and on this one I just want a couple of the little, and I'm going to put one right on the wish's eye, and then we're going to grab one more down here. Okay, so now we have it finished. Okay, now we're going to come back into our box, and so see if I can get this all out. I will again take a picture, but here is the template. Our cardstock is 5 1/4. Oops, let's do it this way. 5 1/4 by 10.5. And I scored starting from this side with the 10-inch across the top of the Simply, scoring it at 1.5, 5. Oops, let's get this. Okay, 1.5, 5, 6.5, and 10. That gives us the little 1/2 inch edge over here. Okay, and then we're going to turn it with the 5 1/4 at the top, and we're going to score it at 1.5, 3 3/4, and 4 3/4. Okay, and then we're going to snip off this little edge over here, and then we cut the corner here. And then on each of these score lines, we cut up to the bottom score line. Okay, Again, I will take a picture and put that on the Facebook post or on my blog post tomorrow. Okay, then we're going to fold on all of the score lines. And then we're going to do this one, and then the top one folds backwards. Okay. And then I folded on all of the other ones. Okay. Then I went ahead and I put tear and tape on that 1/2 inch spot. And so we're going to take the topping off. And then just fold that edge right over. Okay. So now you have your little cube. All right. Then I also put on the inside, I put tear and tape on the 2 little flaps and then the front flap. I like to put the back edge in first and then put the flaps over it instead of that first, because then my inside is all nice and clean. There's nothing to hook my little gifts on. Okay, so we're just going to take the backings off our tear and tape. Come on. All right, we're going to tuck in the back piece and we're just going to stick that onto it. Stick your hand down in there to stick it tight. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Stick our hand down in there. All right, and then we're going to take it off from the front flap. Whoops. I did 2 rows of tear and tape to make sure that it holds front and back. Okay, and then again, nice and firm. Flatten it down. Okay, so now we have our little cube box. All right, now we're going to pinch the top sides in. Okay, so now we have kind of that little milk carton look to it. And I'm just going to kind of really make sure that's good. Now, you guys know I don't use things that are not current. I get rid of the retired things and I don't use them, with the exception of the good old Crocodile. Okay, this many layers, a regular punch does not like to go through very well, but the old Crocodile will go right down in there. Okay, so I'm going in as far as I can. If you don't have a Crocodile still around, then you're going to have to use a regular punch, of which, you know what, we're going to, we're going to do, nope, it's not making a difference. You're going to have to punch one side, hold it together, and then punch in the other side with a regular punch. Okay, so I'm just making 2 holes. And then I'm using some of the black and white gingham ribbon. Love this stuff. And you're just going to put your treats inside, of course. And then you're going to feed the ribbon through. And I think I cut about 18 inches. And then we're just going to pull it snug. And I know it's down out of your view right now. Okay. Then we're just going to tie a bow and then trim our ends. So looking at this, I probably could have got away with about 16 inches instead of 18 inches, but a bigger piece is easier to work with than a small piece. All right. Then we have 6 pieces of designer paper. We have 2 pieces that are 2 by 3 1/4. 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then 2 pieces that are 1 1/2 by 2. Okay, so we are going to put adhesive on, and we're going to stick 1 to the front, and then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put one on the back, and then we're going to take one of the 3/4 inch pieces, and we're going to stick that at the top in this little 1 inch section. And then we're going to turn it back over, and we're going to put it on the other piece. Hi, Sherry McGowan. Thanks for joining. All right, and then we have 2 more pieces there for the little sides. So we're going to put there, and we're going to flip it over, and then one more like that. Okay, here's our front. So then I used the scallop contour dies and Old Olive and made one of these pretty ones that kind of leaves you with the little cutouts, little lacy looks. And we are going to, let's see, we're going to start with the basic white. Sorry about that. And we're using our Best Wishes again and our Memento ink. And we're just going to stamp it again over on the right-hand side, as far over as we can get it. All right, then we're going to adhere that to the Old Olive scallop rectangle. Ooh, we got a little smudge. All right, then I'm going to attach this to the box front. Yes, with dimensionals. Okay, so then we're just going to peel those all off. And that pretty much covers up most of that designer paper. Okay, then I did the same thing with the flower, colored it, cut it out with my paper snips. And so then I'm going to add that again with dimensionals. And we're just going to kind of hang it off like that. Then I'm going to bring back in our little gold leaves. Okay. And our glue dots. Annie, I'm glad you like these. So I would love to have you guys case this, copy it with whatever paper and paper and stamp sets that you have if you don't have this one. And over in my Stamp with Peggy group, post some pictures of your project over there. Not only will I do off from the comments, but next week I'll do a drawing off from any pictures that you post when you make this project. Okay, you could do it with Halloween ones and put little Halloween treats in there. You could do it for Christmas, all kinds of things. Okay, now we're going to add some more of the little matte decorative dots. And this time I'm going to grab a little one and a little one. And then we're going to put one, how about right down there? Okay. And so I kind of went with the mismatch, doing a green card with the Cajun box, and then the Cajun card with the green box. You know what? Let's just flip them. Okay. And they're showing up all on screen. Okay, beautiful. All right, so there's our projects for this week. Next Monday is Labor Day. We are going camping for the weekend, and then we'll be back around. So we'll do something simple next week. It might not be 2 or 3 projects. It may just be one, but we will all kind of we all say that Labor Day is the end of summer. I don't like to believe that, but we know that everybody's back into school at that point. So Maybe we'll do a fun little school project. I just saw a really, really cute little backpack treat box. So maybe I will play with that, and we will do that next week on our live. Okay, so there's your projects. Here is our current host code. I will be closing this out probably at the end of this week. I have a bunch of hostess dollars, couple of free stamp sets coming from this. So anybody who places an order this week, you need to enter this host code, place an order of $35 or more, and I will put your name into a drawing and give away a couple of good prizes out of those hostess benefits. Okay, maybe I'll pull and do a bundle as a little surprise. So get your orders in by, let's say, by Friday, so that I have time to look things over, because this host code ends very quickly. Okay, so UUNCMRJ4, place a $35 order using this. Club members, your club order does not count towards this. And then I'll do drawings, and I will be back again next week. Everybody have a happy Labor Day, and I'll see you next Monday. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.